Every day in India, countless children step into classrooms carrying backpacks full of books and hearts full of unspoken feelings.
So India, as you may know, has the world's highest number of adolescents and young people anywhere in the world. But Indian youth are somewhere dealing with a silent crisis. Honestly, it's not a silent crisis anymore. Every day in headlines we hear of a student suicide.
What if children had a safe outlet for unspoken feelings before harm ever occurs? A system that helps them understand and express their emotions while enabling adults to recognize concerns and provide the support they need? Development Consortium's Life Skills program, Teen Book, was addressing the mental well-being of students via its digital platform.
Now, some of these stresses came to us via our online program teenbook.in, where young people were sharing these problems with us because we advise them on issues that are important to them in their way towards a happy, healthy adulthood. But we realized this will not be enough. If every child has to be screened for risk and provided the support they need, the program has to be in schools. And this is where we came up with the program, where mental well-being becomes a part of a school's annual calendar and is just not simply an add-on.
Thus emerged the expansion of the project into schools as the Teen Book Student Mental Wellbeing Program. Through this, Development Consortium is building a first-of-its-kind school-anchored ecosystem to address the overlooked mental well-being challenges faced by students.
Mental well-being means being peaceful and calm, not only in very happy situation I want to share with everybody, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, but it also means dealing with situation where you are sad, frustrated, you are feeling ignored, you are feeling lonely. आप हर चीज़ों को आराम से ले पाओ, समझ पाओ और उसके थ्रू मूव कर पाओ, एक्सेप्ट कर पाओ, कोप कर पाओ और मैनेज कर पाओ. That is the biggest thing और वो आपके हाथ में है.
The very first step to address mental well-being is an assessment for the children. A well-being report is generated for each student. Those at high risk are provided with psychological first aid, and support referrals happen with their parents. For the remaining children, the report provides a status overview along with tips and recommendations to improve and maintain their well-being.
Our education system right now works in isolation, where they majorly focus on subjects and बच्चे के मार्क्स कितने आ रहे हैं, rather than contextualizing it कि पीछे का background क्या है. So basically उनके financial problems क्या चल रहे हैं, some are living away from their parents, some are dealing with some grief issues. So all of these needs are not actually addressed in schools.
After the screening, we saw the reports, then we got shocked कि जो बच्चे हमारे सामने हंसते हुए खेलते हुए दिख रहे हैं, but deep inside उनके अंदर कुछ और ही चल रहा है.
Because teenage is the time when a child, adolescent faces a lot of issues. Emotional issues आ जाते हैं, then there are a lot of changes in the body that is happening. So उन सारे changes के साथ साथ cognitive चेंजेस भी हो रहे होते हैं. इस टाइम पर ये इंटरवेंशन करना उनके लिए सबसे बेहतर होगा.
By these steps we can know about the students कि कहाँ पर बच्चे को सपोर्ट की नीड है, कहाँ इमीडिएट सपोर्ट की नीड है, कहाँ भी वो चीज़ें क्रिटिकल उसकी तरफ जा रही हैं.
This assessment is the backbone of our program. It provides the data we need to give every child the right care. This assessment-led approach is the first of its kind in India.
When we started the program, we realized how much discomfort we had with the word suicide by asking children how they were feeling, if they've harmed themselves. Like my program coordinator would say, don't say the word mental in front of the schools, or don't explicitly mention that we are going to talk about things like suicide or self-harm.
Those at severe or high risk are provided with psychological first aid, where the students are given a space to open up about the issues they are facing, and then referrals happen with their parents one-to-one. The next phase is about emotional literacy. We help children name their feelings and understand the why behind what they experience. There are 5 types of well-being key for every human. physical, emotional, mental, social, and spiritual. Together, they address the body, heart, mind, relationships with people, and our purpose.
I think the major issue which they are facing is not able to express themselves and they don't have the vocabulary. Many of them said कि हाँ दीदी बुरा लग रहा है, अच्छा नहीं लगता है, लेकिन what emotion they are going through, they are not able to identify or they are not aware of that emotion.
Another issue with mental well-being is the stigma. Mental health challenges are considered a sign of weakness. A lot of young people then keep the issues to themselves, their struggles, and feel shame about it and sharing it with others or seeking help.
The workshops also help build the students' capacity to cope with their emotions.
कुछ दिनों पहले हमारे स्कूल में एक मेंटल वेलबींग की वर्कशॉप हुई थी, जिसमें हमने बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ करी थी और उसमें से बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें हमने सीखी थी। और उसमें से मेरी फेवरेट एक्टिविटी जो थी, उसमें हमने अब ग्रुप बनाया था और उसमें हमने प्रॉब्लम्स डिस्कस करी थी और उसके सॉल्यूशंस ढूंढे थे, और उससे मेरी जो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स थी वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा डेवलप हुई हैं।
We are preparing schools, parents, teachers and systems to first understand what is mental well-being. Currently, this is also a huge gap where teachers are trained to deliver academic results, but they simply cannot deal with this important part of their students' life, because when students are in distress, they cannot perform well either. So now we are improving the capacity of the teachers to be able to spot distress and support students.
अब हमें पता तो चल गया दैट व्हाट इज़ द प्रॉब्लम, अब हाउ टू क्योर दैट, उसका भी प्रोसीजर वर्कशॉप्स में बताया गया कि टीचर्स को इमीडिएटली उस पर रिएक्ट नहीं करना है, बिकॉज जो बच्चा उस प्रॉब्लम से सफ़र कर रहा है, ही और शी डोंट वांट एडवाइस, उसको उस टाइम पर चाहिए कि उसे कोई सुने, उसे सेफ फील कराए.
The program also engages with parents through interactive workshops to better their understanding of mental well-being and how they can be active participants in helping their children at home.
We have to make sure that their environments are also in the capacity where they can deal with the emotions and changes the child is going through.
मेरी बेटी ने पहले भी बताया था, आप लोग आए हुए हो, आपने उनसे बातें करी है, सब समझाया है, तो उसे बहुत अच्छा लगा. मम्मी और दीदियाँ आती हैं, भैया आते हैं और कहते हैं एक जस्ट फ्रेंड के नाते हमसे बात करो जो तुम अपने घर वालों से नहीं कर पाते.
और हमने रियल टाइम शिफ्ट देखा है फ्रॉम बच्चों को तो क्या ही प्रॉब्लम होती है टू ओ बच्चों को ये भी प्रॉब्लम होती है. So that has been the major shift that we have seen in teachers as well as parents.
These workshops empower teachers and parents to be a safe and approachable support system. When children feel heard and understood, their well-being thrives.
मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि सभी स्कूल्स में इस तरीके की वर्कशॉप्स होनी चाहिए, ताकि जैसा हम कहते हैं कि स्कूल जो होता है बच्चों का वो सेकंड होम है, ये सिर्फ कहने से नहीं होगा, ये बच्चों को स्कूल में सेकंड होम फील करवाने से ही होगा.
I think one thing that I have learnt is that adolescents are not always looking for you to solve their problems. They are looking for a safe space to share their concerns, and all you need to do is to just listen to them. It's been a huge parental learning for me, because when your children are young, you're solving problems for them so continuously that you forget the need to step back.
Over the last 2 years, Development Consortium has integrated mental well-being into the school calendar.
Our pilot over the last 2 years has created very insightful data on what distress looks like in adolescence and what are some of the specific challenges that schools, parents and policymakers need to focus on when it comes to youth mental well-being. Physical interventions in school have been really crucial in anemia prevention, in vision impairment improvement, in hygiene programs and improving the immunization coverage in the country. The long-term change that we want is that mental well-being is an integrated part of a school annual calendar, and more specifically for the emphasis on mental well-being to increase in the school health and wellness program, and schools are given structured methods and processes in which they can identify adolescent distress and support children at risk.
Through Teen Book, Development Consortium's vision is to advocate for mental well-being within the National School Health Initiative. We strive to expand this program into more states, providing accurate data on what distress looks like for children across urban and rural India. For a nation of young people, prioritizing well-being early is vital as it builds better systems today and enables the children of now to become well-regulated and flourishing adults for tomorrow. When we talk about what's in our hearts, our minds grow stronger.